They heard I'm coming on, man. They heard I'm about to analyze their game and they fixed it. They fixed it. 30 minutes, right? I was about to say it was like 15, 20 minutes for like God knows what. Yeah, how's it going, John, man? Yeah, it glitched. I was like, what the fuck? We'll go through a little bit, like I said, too quickly, but nobody knows what they're talking about, and I'm sick and tired of seeing the same shit. Don't tweet about pros. Who? Oh, donk. Elite division, division rivals this season, and each has its own milestone prices. Multiple divisions and new elite division 4 pros. Users can't be relegated from it to be used for placement in esports combat. Also, the pros have their own division, so they have their own division rivals. Shit. Also, you guys don't play against pros. That's gonna suck for pros. They can't even come on and play like casuals and shit. Don't unban Kurt. He is a fraud. Now you're right.
All doing all sorts of tricks.
Alright, here we go.
You to the games you love and the
very before I joined EA and when I was global.
Blah 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 blah. I'm only gonna go through the gameplay parts.
And that 11 versus 11 mock capture.
Right, so
Suits allows us to, for the first time, capture 22 professional footballers.
So what they done is they got this like technology, right, which allows them to capture 22 players. Right now,
on the
I've heard this shit before,
in
right?
other words, the data from these players in the 11 versus 11 mocap, and then in
So they have like this super technology that probably costs a fuck ton, right? Nick!
Organic and fluid.
Right, let me explain to you, right?
Different set of
So
can feel more like football. Motion is more fluid.
right off the bat, right? Like right off the bat. Let me tell you my problem straight away with this. They still don't understand that you need to capturing the real controls and the real stuff. That's in a real football game. In a 90-minute, right? There's a reason. So these animations that they're capturing, if they're not sped up, right? If they leave them exactly as they are, and it's not sped up, the game slows down even more, and everything is less fluid. I heard a lot about fluid and responsive and shit like that, right? But it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. So again, no offense to these guys, right? But you telling me Messi's gonna control the ball like these motherfuckers here, or what's going on? Because I'm a little bit confused, right?
On the pitch.
I mean, at the very least, get the pros on there, you know, get an 11v11 pro. But I just don't get that, right? So straight off the bat, I'm already a little bit like skeptical. Then I'm only gonna show the gameplay parts, right?
So I remember.
Bro, my shit's bugged, man.
About the 11v11 in Spain, right? Like you were hyping up the players, you were telling them go really hard. This is your chance to be in the game, and what happened there?
That was a very important part.
Get to make bro, I don't give shit, chat. I don't give. Oh, I don't care. Like, so a lot of people are like, you're most likely gonna be banned anyways. Like I said, there's nothing about my story, right? But let me tell you something, right? If the game is fine, and leave me banned. If you achieved it, no problem, leave me banned. So long as you fix the damn game, right? But anyways,
is going to the game, so go and try hard. And exactly at the end of
so look at this shit, right? So they clocked all of these guys up. Like, this motherfucker's ball control already, I can tell, right? Like, I mean, I think my grandmother has probably better ball control than him. It's getting pulled, fair enough, to the little shit, right? But again, like, if this is how my players are gonna have their ball control already, I don't want to see this kind of shit. Like, at the very least, give Messi his ball control, or like someone like that. But already, and look, they're analyzing from this data that they're capturing. So all this shit that they put, right?
Usually get with regular motion capture, players being more human, you get to take all these behaviors and talking and pointing, directing people. You get all these little things, all these football behaviors.
So another thing, right? Another thing. It's your friend from my chill. Quay, cheers for the 7 game physics. He said reminds me of PES. Says Shy Kid. Thank you for the 4. Yeah. So another thing, right? So they put this, like, you know how you're playing a football match, right? And you do like, here, pass me the ball here, or like, you know what Thiago does, like a lot of like thumbs up and shit like that, right? Here, or like here, or like shit like that, right? Well, I don't need that, because I'm seeing from a tower's point of view. Like, I'm watching everything. I'm not on the fucking pitch. So all of this shit I don't need. Why do I need a guy tell me to pass? I can see everything because I'm watching the game from far. Right? I'm not in the game. Like, this is stuff which on the game is fair enough, innit? But it's waste of time and waste of shit.
Just that
Like,
the way
someone,
you did
one of the
that,
AIs comes and tells
put
me
that
here,
into the game.
I know best.
When
With
you
all
have
due
one
respect, I don't,
person
like,
in the studio,
whatever,
so
right?
many cameras on this one person, it's hard to be a.
Alright, so let's begin with the gameplay.
So this is a huge animation refresh. These animations show off the football actions, such as a player switching the
So
actions,
again,
such as
like, straight off the bat, right? Nah, I'm not acting like I'm a Montese Zidane. Chill. I'm not saying I'll do better than those guys, but that motherfucker that controlled the ball was a little bit like dodgy for me. But it's fine, no problem. Right, so
a player switching the ball from one.
I'm guessing their inspiration from this was watching Trent, right? They seen Trent do these, swinging passes and shit like that, right? So let's see the control, right?
Doing that type of
Bang,
lofted pass, just
bang,
the motion.
bang. Not bad, but already for me, way too slow. Move killed. You have to stop. You have to go back, right?
Slice underneath the ball
Now-
with the foot.
You down, they have a better sense of how to shield, how to position their body so it can.
Where's the
get
actual
away.
gameplay for this, chat?
Second,
Right. Here we go. So, like,
Can you tell me a bit more about
offensive AI, chill, chat, because you get me
New
fucking
generation
chat.
also.
Man, behave yourself. Like, I'm just trying to react and then.
22.
Right, so here we go, like actual gameplay shit, right? Now, so look at the cursor, yeah? So this is to highlight the, I think he said offensive AI, yeah? So offensive AI, you know how that has been, well, when I played anyways on FIFA 20, I think it's probably not been too good on FIFA 21.
Players on the pitch.
Bro, just watch it, you're missing so much. No, I'm not, I've already watched it, Dumbo.
That's from the attacking side of
Right,
things.
so
Now
I really like this, right? Because there's a one there, and then there's another one being made. I don't know if these are triggered. If they're triggered, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to have to trigger shit, right? Like I would rather they make them automatically. But
each of these players can have a.
so again, did you see what happened, right? I like what I seen, right? I like what I seen, but
The attacking side of things.
look at
now on the attack.
look at the guy switch, right? So he switches to Marquinhos, pulls him out of position,
These
right?
players.
Pulls him out of position, and that allowed the pass. If the motherfucker didn't touch Marquinhos, I think the defensive AI would have had that, right?
Can have up to 6 times more.
But that's
defense
just
per
pinpointing
second
one thing.
than ever
Yeah,
before.
chill.
So now the attacking
It's
run is
just-
much more
it's probably the
intelligent.
EA guys in
Also,
control.
the build-up play and
Again, here,
chance creation. The players.
A defender pulled out, but at least he made the run, which is good to see, right? At least he made the run, and at least he
Also,
finished
the
the ball.
defensive side of things is a big improvement too for tactical AI.
Now-
This was completely rewritten.
Yeah, now
this
comes the
year. So
defensive
now
AI. Now this is the part that I'll be honest with you, chat. I seen it and I'm like, why?
side of positioning
So
team.
again, notice any movement. So he's making a one. Not like he can find him really from here, but these guys, I don't know. Maybe they have some tactical or to come short, or I don't know.
do more zonal marking.
He's
Busy
pressed the
moving it
play.
down. It looks like a.
And does this remind you of anything? This is literally before I got banned. This is why I got banned. This was a big part why I got banned. So the compactness and the overload and the shit like that, right? So now they've added it. So they've manually added it to the game, right?
Very tactical, very structured formation.
Right.
So we wanted.
They're not wrong in what they're doing, right? That's how real life is. That's how you defend in real life. You defend as a unit and shit like that, right? But let me tell you the problem, chat. This is where this is the stuff you should go like arcading, right? I'm not saying don't help me because I can't control every player on the pitch, but it's almost like if the offensive AI isn't delusional, then there's gonna be issues.
Keep your shape. Don't get out of
So,
position. You
again-
are playing together, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at offensive AI, right?
The most important thing. That's what I noticed
1, 2, 3, just standing.
in FIFA.
No fucking movement whatsoever. And look how compact the defense is, right? So, to the point where he's forced to go all the way.
You see the team.
I don't even get me started about the actual, again, it's too slow, man. Like, it's too slow.
moves
So-
together.
Yeah, it's a big.
there's a problem, and there's a big problem. Just to highlight it real quick, right? So the defense is moving quicker than the passes are.
See the
Watch,
the
right?
teams, defensively,
Watch.
they move together. As the ball
Watch.
moves from
So
one
the
side
pass
of the field
moves,
to
the
other,
defense is here.
defense
The defense is already there
Yeah,
by
it's
the
a big
time you
part of
try.
football now.
In football, you do what you just done to open up gaps, but they didn't even need to move. They just walked across, and by the time the pass arrived, they're ready in shape. So it's like I look at this kind of shit chat and I'm like, yeah. And so the dribbling is that's another point, obviously. These animations that they incorporated from the 11v11 match from those shit fucks playing, it looks like, again, it's too slow. It's too slow. How many times have I said slow?
Work in previous FIFAs, maybe they would work in 2s and 3s.
I was going Chelsea, right? Again here, so the compactness. Where is the movement that I was looking at?
Be more
Bro, they're not moving.
zonal and defenders.
Bro, where is the movement? But where is the movement? Where's the darting ones? I don't see them, you know. So the defensive AI has already overpowered the offensive one. Whatever they say, the only one that I seen went in was because the guy pulled him out of position to make the one. So it's the same shit that I've seen for the last 2 years, man.
Yeah, now
And
you feel this straight away.
I
You
just
pick up
get.
the game for the first time. This example shows the defensive rewrite of the system. You can see the back four working in a unit and as a zonal marking to really work together from when
At least there's a one
the
there.
ball switches from one side of the pitch to the other side. They shift together as a team to really.
So they went full realistic,
As a
right?
unit.
They've went full
Defend that
realistic,
space.
chat.
We
They've
analyze
went.
a lot of professional football.
They've
just
went
to
full
see how
realistic,
teams,
and
retain their shape when they are.
have I watched
defending, when they
everything
move
here?
up
There was another
Doing
offensive
that
AI.
type of
I don't know if I've
lofted
missed
pass,
it.
just the motion to
Then yes, players like Messi.
Players can have up.
That's the one we
big
watched.
improvement too for tactical AI. This was completely players can have.
We watched that as well.
That's the most important thing.
Unit.
Bro, there was one chat where he done a lofted through ball, right? To highlight the offensive AI, and the guy selected him again out of the way. Just so
the
stupid.
attacking tactics. You can set different tactics.
Oh, here we go.
If you have the ball,
I think
in
this
the
was it.
defensive half of the
This was
pitch,
it.
you
Watch,
set
watch, look at this
tactics
shit,
like one
chat.
way, Possession football.
Look
for
at the
example.
curve. Look at the thing.
Attacking side of the pitch, you can choose
Look,
to
look.
completely
He
different
selects him.
tactics.
Look, and then stops. That's the only way he got through.
Gives the user and everyone more control to.
Well, if you know what you're doing, it's pass, it's
how
pass,
you
pass.
want to play.
If you know what you're
Very
doing,
important feature,
once again,
especially for those
I don't think you can
competitive leagues.
really break the defensive like AI easy. All you have to do is just don't pull them out of their position or just let them.
So
Yeah,
tactics is
just
one
let
thing,
them.
and, you know, we've
I
all
just pray
watched
that stop his man.
Champions where
Night
it's
was just big
fantastic,
problems.
But we've also all watched, or at least I've watched a lot of League Two football where it's
Way
This
they
is
stumble
physical
and
shit,
fall.
bro. I've heard the same shit for like 15 years, man.
It's not like
The
individual
physical shit I've
objects
heard,
hitting each other.
Lord.
This is like two players really
Cheers
going
for the
up
3
and down
months
in
fighting.
football. So two
These
players
ones.
could be running side by side, jumping up for the ball. They could be backpedaling. One guy could be running in a certain direction, the other guy in the opposite direction. But the point is that they go up together. You're gonna feel
I've
that
heard this
physicality.
for the past
there's
10
a bunch
years.
of different areas of FIFA that are being touched by this hypermotion technology. And another one, Cantor, is ball control, which has really benefited from.
And that's the key. These animations are longer and they have multiple touches.
This is another thing. So they've watched, right? So they've watched the how to control a ball in real life, right? Exactly like it is. What did I tell you at the beginning? Longer. This is worse. What he's just said is worse. This is where you can go arcade and this kind of shit. Where you should go more arcade because, bro, it's a game. So in real life, I have 90 minutes. I can control the ball and then obviously take a little bit longer. In a video game, if he does what he's just done, he's fucked my attack. He's fucked the chance I had to counter attack. Gone. Look how long the motherfucker takes.
Modern game. Adding new multi-touch animation allows you to bring down a ball off the chest and onto your foot in one fluid motion. So with the longer animations, you're able to take the ball off your thigh, cushion it, and turn quickly away from your opponent.
Again, let's see gameplay. I think it's coming up.
Animations,
I think it's
especially
coming up in the
controlling
extra
air balls.
gameplay.
So anytime the ball's in the air or bouncing, you're gonna take that quick touch off your thigh or off your chest, turn fluidly with that second.
What are they talking about, bro? I swear you control the ball quicker on this FIFA than what I'm seeing, nah? Look.
You're gonna take that.
Well,
quick
what's
touch
so
off your
quick
thigh,
about
off your
this?
chest, turn fluidly with that second touch into.
Bro, have you undone? The defenders are right in front of you. When you play a pass like that in real life, is to create space. They're already here. And another thing, because this is the slowness, right?
Anytime the ball.
No, it's not kickoff gameplay. Look. So when you do that in real life, you should have opened up a gap. But look how long the ball takes to get there. That the defenders are here already.
Fluidly with that second touch.
I'm telling you, but how long?
We're calling this feature composed ball control
That was a crazy
because
ball. What the
players
fuck?
are way more natural at taking that first
touch trap.
control because the players are way more natural at taking that first touch and transitioning to the second one.
Look at the very start of this clip. You can see
Again, please, man. What the fuck? Bro, the guy who's defending moves out of the way.
Taking that first touch.
Bro, look at this. The guy moves out of the way. Look, he lets him go, man. It's not gonna be like that. Hey, if you think it's gonna be like that in weekend league, you're gonna get crushed. In weekend, you know what's gonna happen in weekend league? Yeah, good luck taking those fucking touches. Good luck, you fucking crushed. You're done for. By the time you turn, boom, out, whacked. You ain't even gonna turn. This motherfucker moved out of the way, man. Please, man.
Shielding the defender comes off his
Well, look, he moves out of the way. Look, literally, he's backing off.
Yeah, that
Come on, man. Look how long Benzema took. Look how long Benzema took.
The second one.
Look at the very
Check,
start
look.
of this clip. You can see
2,
a more
3,
touch
4.
from
4 seconds to find space in a video game. It's just not quick enough,
He's
man.
shielding the defender. Comes off his
Yeah.
back, lands nicely
2,
in front of him,
3,
so then
4,
moves
5.
forward
And
that-
that's just to
that
get
part
off one guy.
really,
Who backed off?
Looks great.
Yeah.
FIFA, you see that the best player.
And then you're away. Coached as a kid, also as well as Kancho was saying, the realism in FIFA from an authentic point of view, it's all about the first touch. Like when you coached as a kid or up until whatever level you play at, always focus on the first touch, getting the ball out of your feet, 1, 2 touches, and then you're away.
And
That
with
looks
all
smooth,
these
to be
additional
fair.
animations. There's over 400 new animations for controlling the ball. Just doing hypermotion.
400 new animations to control a
This is
ball.
just
Like,
bringing
I
a
just
whole new
want
level
my
of
player to do
realism
the
to the
quickest
game
way
and allow
possible
players
because
to
it's the
turn
video game situation,
away
right?
from their opponents.
And just to add to that, in the past we used to
Yeah,
prioritize
Vinicius scored. That's
shooting
fake.
as possible. However, now this technology has
Vinicius
made
scored.
us to, have
Maybe it
more
was the Liverpool
animation,
one, chat.
more than one
Vinicius in the Liverpool
animation,
game.
which result in better visual quality, but we
So when we analyzed the 11v11 advanced mocap, we actually noticed the players are communicating all the time. I'm saying man on, look here, I'm offering support. All these things that professionals do all the time, every second during a game, communicating, talking.
This is just for the carry mode, guys. Obviously, like I told you earlier, I'm watching from high. Look.
Hey, I was free for a pass. You're not gonna pass it to me.
just-
Or, look,
just-
I'm gonna go into this space.
I can
pass
watch,
it
man.
there.
I've got a tower's
Look,
view,
watch
and
out who's
obviously,
behind
like I
me.
told you earlier.
These are just some examples of the behaviors that we're
players are talking, communicating, asking for the ball, and they actually move a little bit to provide you with better support. So you will have more passing options in those deep free kicks, for example.
Yeah, go on.
But it's all about this objective of making.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'll complete the pass, and Thiago's gonna give me a thumbs up on the.
Feedback a lot that we have a parcel of our player base that talks about these animations so much because they are playing for an immersive experience. The career mode guys, for example.
Nah, fair enough.
They go wild.
Fair enough, right? In all defense, right? In all defense, yeah, it's for career mode. If I'm a career mode player, I love this kind of shit, right? Because I need this kind of shit. But this goes back. I think they need to have 2 separate gameplays, chat. I think it's been coming for a while. This, I tweeted it out. This is never gonna work in Ultimate Team. Or Ultimate Team's like a competitive mode nowadays, let's be honest, right? Where we can leak and shit. In an online game, it's never gonna work. It works in career mode, so maybe have 2 separate, but they never do that, I don't think. But like, it's bad for
these types of
for
things.
FIFA
It's
Ultimate Team.
incredible,
Like,
like
so
the
bad.
reception, for
On K64, I didn't even see it.
small pieces of animations that just create a more immersive experience for those players. It's huge for them.
No. And the beautiful part of this is their upper body layer animations, meaning they don't hinder responsiveness. You can do whatever you want on the controller. These are just layers on top.
And also to add a little bit.
I heard so much about responsiveness, chat, in this. Like responsiveness, animations, fluidity. That's all they mentioned. The fucking irony. I think at one point he said something. One of them said something about like to the responsiveness that we already have in the game. When he said that, I'm like, well, why should anyone take your words seriously? Let's be honest. Like, why should I? Like, who are you trying to kid? Like, who are you trying to kid?
thing came into the game when we played it a couple of weeks ago.
Fuck.
It actually makes you think about the game and play it a little bit differently because now I might see a player off the ball calling for the ball. I'm like, oh, maybe I should like think about passing to this guy, or it just.
No, I know what I'm doing on the pitch. I don't need the guy to tell me pass me here. I'm watching from a tower's view, man. This is what I mean.
Changes the way
I
you
don't
think
need
and
this shit.
Play the
You know?
game a little bit because you see these off-ball players doing these gestures and being more football.
It's just
So
a small gesture
all
that's just
this
not
combined
needed.
just elevates the vital moments in the game.
To be honest, that was the first thing I noticed when playing FIFA 22. It was like I was playing, I was like, okay, I understand. This is cool. But when the
Nah, this was cool. I like that a lot. Oh, goalkeeper animations, like all jokes aside, they've been so bad for the past few years. Like at least the goalkeepers usually save a bunch of shit, right? Apart from this year, I think you guys were okay on that. I can't remember though. Back in my days, FIFA 20, you couldn't score an open goal. This is actually sick.
As a core player,
Like that kind of shit.
regular animations until FIFA.
Like
21.
this is a
First time
W.
it came out, I was like,
I think the first proper W I've given them all
That's-
evening. It took 21 minutes.
Of course, for the animations, we completely added a bunch new animations to refresh how the keeper looks, as Gabe was
Vinicius
saying.
is
So,
going to score again.
It's
I was
not
the same one.
animations, right? The tech we're using to, to play back those animations.
Is that
has
the
been
indicator?
upgraded.
It doesn't even
So
look
as
like
Gabe,
it.
that's all coming from that 11v11 competitive.
But again, this is-
motion
yeah.
capture shoot that we did. We're calling this feature full team authentic motion because it's all about.
Look how
all those
quickly the
little
defensive
bits
AI is
of
recovering,
animation
man.
That we're sprinkling into the game, thousands and thousands of it, and it just brings the characters more to life.
I'm amazed by the depth you.
I watched the.
ground, the friction with the air.
As the ball turn, you're not like waiting for it to get to you, so that just improves sort of the flow of the game.
There you go. Keep talking flow, man.
But if you do find yourself, one-on-one with
How about make it fast, man?
being slowed down and you're kind of faced up against them, there is a new.
Just running and sprinting. But if you're a dribbler, you can really lure that opponent in to get close and get by him with a quick acceleration. You're trying to catch up to a dribbler who maybe I found. Yep.
I think I missed this. I think I switched it off by this point.
As the ball turn, you're not like waiting for it to get to you, so that just improves sort of the flow of the game. I found. Yep.
Definitely.
But if you do find yourself, one-on-one with an opponent and everything's slowed down and you're kind of faced up against them, there is a new way of getting past them on FIFA 22, right?
There's a mechanic.
Oh, I
When
see.
you press that right
People-
trigger at the right time, you're going to get a bigger push and acceleration with the ball. Now, this works both on dribbling and defending. So if you're trying to catch up to a dribbler who maybe got a step on you, you're going to get that boost while just running and sprinting. But if you're a dribbler, you can really lure that opponent in to get close and get by him with a
I'm
quick
gonna
acceleration.
cry.
That changes the way you defend and attack. You've got to really think about now when you press that sprint button. You get the benefits of weight.
So this is so let me tell you the problem, right? So what happens? So they've made their super realistic game, right? So they've made it, and after making it, they've realized, well, hang on a minute, how are teams supposed to get past each? How's the user supposed to create something? How's it supposed to, it's just a stalemate, right? The game's too slow. What have we done here? So we need to add something here to at least give a tool to our users to score a goal, right? Or to try and create some space. And voila, what did they do? You literally combined the worst part every time. So instead of making an arcade game and then with realistic features or keeping it real, they go the opposite way. They make a realistic game and then they add a bunch of unrealistic boosts and fucking shit on. And it's just like that. Voila, done.
Eating and trying to have these mini games between the attack.
Done. It's just the wrong areas, man. Again, it's the same old shit. So, yeah, you guys had to deal with like some crazy bridge or something, right? Which from what I'm seeing, it looks very similar to it. But yeah, like I can't stress this enough, man. And this was one of the most worrying ones I've seen. This gameplay reveal. Like I was a little bit. I'm like, well, is this it? you know, you've banned me now, like you've at least make a good game, you know, and then everything will be fine, no problem. Keep me out of the way. There's no problem, so long as I can play the game in peace, you know. I don't need to stream it, no problem. I can actually enjoy playing the game, you know, if need be. And then they come up with this shit, and I'm like, well, I've spent the entire past 3 years, 4, 5, 6, telling these guys fast, responsive, fast, direct, quick. And then come up with this shit, arcade, but keep it realistic, no bullshit, no shit. And then they keep it like,